Hello, my name is Zach Rye with Old Man Gaming. I don't know why my voice decided to crack right then and there. It was perfect frickin' timing. Still getting over strep throat, everybody. And I mowed the lawn today, and the pollen count is like 1,000,000, so it's just all sitting in my face. So I'm sorry about that. Sorry for my little Tom Waits thing I got going on here. But what are we doing today? We're back, one-on-one sessions. We're back with some actual role-playing this time. Last time we did this, we created Tex the Armadillo for TMNT and other Strangeness. Now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the storyline. But I am not alone. It's a one-on-one session. With me is our official partner in all things TTRPG, Wizards Respite, Ash. Hello.
Super excited to be back at this and to see Tex in action. I don't think we said his name last time.
I don't know if we said it on stream or we came up with it after we cut the feed. I'm not sure.
I think we came up with it after we cut the feed. I played around and yeah, like it just works so much for a revolver toting armadillo.
Yes, it does. And I gave him a pretty meaty hand cannon.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It's a real situation ender. I'll tell you that right now. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into some stuff. Just some recover on the backstory. So Tex is an armadillo. He lives in a park. He's not sure the name of the park, but it is a large, I think we said 7 Mile park, something like that. In kind of more rural Texas. And this park has everything. It's got it's fictional park 101. It's got swamp stuff. It's got trees. It's got some rocky, more arid areas. It's got the whole 9 yards. Well, there's only one park ranger that watches this park because it's not that not that frequently occupied, and that is Ranger Manali. I think I name it.
Yeah, McNally, I think.
McNally. I thought that was an E. McNally. Ranger McNally, who is suspicious of Tex's existence. Tex mutated because he was just drinking from a pool of water that some ooze got into. We're not exactly sure how or the whys of the ooze getting into it, but that mutated him. Once he drank it, he was actually attacked by a coyote, a lone wolf coyote, named the Fanged. Well, he always called him the Fanged One, who just really wanted to eat Tex for whatever reason. He was nursed back to health by the Stump girls, Stella, Aubrey, and Lila. They are 3 girls that live in a tree house that they've made in the swamp. They're the only ones who can get to it because it's kind of through the really heavy marsh liquids, and they're light enough to kind of ride this kind of door frame back and forth to it, so McNally doesn't go into the swamp, so they kind of hide in this tree house that they have built from stealing stuff from the park and slowly fashioning it into things. They nursed him back to health. Now, the Stump girls are Stella. She's kind of the leader. She's slightly the oldest. And she is the mastermind, so to speak. Aubrey, who's much more the fighter. She's very scrappy. She's kind of your angsty one. And then Lila's just really happy all the time. And just really nice and just wants to go along with everything. And is also the youngest. So Aubrey's got a little bit of middle child syndrome. So they nursed Tex back to health. Then they realized Tex could burrow. So Tex could help them with how they stay alive, which is they steal stuff from people who camp in the park on occasion. So that's how the Stump Girls have existed until now. So we are going to fast forward from that origin. You guys have been doing this for a little while. Okay? That's where we're going to pick up. So you excited? I'm excited.
I'm super excited. Can't wait. This sounds like great setting and a fun character. And it's, a mutated armadillo. This is going to be fun. With a giant hand cannon.
Yeah. I'm nervous about that hand cannon. I'm not going to lie. Very nervous about that hand cannon. I'm like, I gave him the means to murder things. I don't know if that was a good idea. Okay.
No,
So,
I will be. I've been thinking about Tex's voice, by the way.
oh
So
yeah,
I have a voice lined up for him.
I'm
We'll
excited.
see how that goes. It has to be a Tex voice.
All right. So, here we go. We start. We see basically out in the trees, you see Stella and Lila standing next to each other. They are kind of hiding in some bushes. Lila is high in the tree while Stella's below her. Lila kind of whispers down and goes, "They should have been there by now." Stella goes, "They'll get there, they'll get there." Nah, but seriously, they should have been there by now. "They'll get there, Lila. Don't worry about it." Lila kind of like hums to herself and just keeps kicking, watching it. Lila is known to be a great a watchman when this comes to it. While she seems kind of aloof and in the clouds most of the time, never really quite understanding the situation or grasping the gravity of what the girls and Tex are going through, she still, for whatever reason, is an amazing lookout. She's really good at getting up trees, and then once she's there, she's very good at finding things. So she sits there with her metal garbage pan lid. It's got a lot of dents in it, because in her other hand, she has a small little pipe. And she bangs the garbage can lid with it anytime anybody comes by, and is gonna get things, basically. Or is gonna see them during their picnic basket heist, basically. Meanwhile, we kind of fast forward. We see in the next panel of our little comic, you see underground Aubrey next to Text, who is kind of digging. I'm gonna need you to. Is there like a digging skill at all, or any sort of skill, or do you just dig?
It was dig and combat. I think it was like 3 feet around.
Okay, all right. So you're digging along. She goes, "Oh my God, would you hurry up? I hate being down here. Oh, you got sand in my eyes. What are you doing? Seriously." And Tex knows in his head that this one's a little bit rougher. He's dug a lot of previous tunnels that they use often. Aubrey is the only one that will follow him into the tunnels, though, and his only backup. Stella is gripped with a huge claustrophobia when it comes to that sort of thing. So she can't enter the tunnel, but Aubrey is gripped by no fear whatsoever. She, however, will follow Tex in and be his backup sort of situation. With the digging, though, this is a newer campsite. Very few people use this campsite because it's so near to the swamp as it is. So it gets a lot of mosquitoes. Because of that, McNally usually recommends people eat somewhere else. But times are tough. There have not been a lot of visitors to the campgrounds this year. You're not exactly sure why. But hey, so you got to take what you can get. And there is basically a small RV parked in 1314, campsite 1314. And it is basically just sitting there for the taking. And that's where you're digging to.
Okay. So we're digging straight over to it. How far are we?
Man, I want to do like an intelligence check or something. I'm not exactly sure how those work is the thing. Because it's just skills, isn't it? I asked you, even though I'm the guy who's the professional at this game. I think all the checks
digging
are
was
skills.
part of my animal characteristic.
Yeah, it was part of your own
skill.
Okay, all right. So you can kind of gather that you've made a couple of wrong turns. Like the initial digging is always rough. Usually you have to re-hollow out the holes. But you've dug a bunch of holes already for the other campsites, so it's a lot easier to like navigate them. This is a fresh hole completely, so you're probably still about 9 feet away and just chugging along, basically.
Okay. So I'll turn back to Aubrey and just say, Settle down, little lady. We're almost there.
She like smiles at you and she's like, "Oh my god, where did you even pick up that accent? None of us talk with an accent. You're such a weirdo. Just keep digging." As you keep digging, we kind of go to a full page spread, and it just basically says the master plan as it stands. And it kind of zips through the whole thing, the whole dig through with Aubrey, come up under the picnic table, wait for one beat of the pan lid to make sure that nobody's there, so that you could go up for the food and there's something there. While Stella master plans the whole things, get it, pull back into the dirt. Then the armadillo has to like cover his tracks, kind of refilling the hole right under, and then you guys make your way out of the hole, eat, kind of everybody back at the thing. The last picture is everybody back at the tree house with food above them, smiling. But we fast forward back to the present, and you are still digging. You think you are under the picnic table now.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try and poke my head out.
Of the ground.
Well, I guess first I'll listen. I'll wait to listen to see if I hear anything from my lookout.
Okay.
Lila, it's
all right. You wait. There's no bang. There's no nothing. And then you kind of you like Aubrey just you hear her go. I hate this part. I hate the waiting. Can we just go? You know they're asleep. It's the middle of the night. It's midnight. What are we waiting for? Aubrey's usually like this.
Well, all right. I suppose you're right. It is awfully late. Let's take a look, a little peek around. So now I'll peek my head out of the hole and sort of take a look around.
Give me a prowl check. You got prowl, right?
I do. Actually,
so that's
yeah, you're right.
Percentile, whatever your percentile is, try and roll under it.
Okay. Percentile. So it looks like it is. I definitely rolled under it. I just got like 11.
Okay. All right. So you kind of like scratch a little bit. You start to see a little bit of kind of like you feel a little bit of air on your kind of digging claws, and then you kind of push your head up through the sod a little bit just to kind of get an eye while still being kind of camouflaged. That keeps you from being seen by anybody, and you are directly you couldn't have done this better. You're directly under the picnic table, just prime choice, perfect placement. Because a couple of times you've dug holes and you ended up getting the leg of the picnic table in the hole. And then, like, when you come out, the picnic table sinks. It's a whole mess. But this time, you're directly under. You'll be able to squeeze out so will Aubrey under the picnic table without any problems.
I turn back, or I say to Aubrey very quietly, "Looks like supper's served." Start squeezing out of the ground.
Aubrey pulls out what she likes to call her horsey. It's just a big baseball bat. It's like a half baseball bat, but it's wood, and she's got stickers all over the outside of it that she's found all over the park, and just stuck to it. Aubrey's a very kind of skinny, scrappy one, shorter hair, very mussy. Kind of always has a runny nose. You don't know why. You know what I mean? She's never really sick, but she's just always doing that ready to go sort of thing. And she's got the horsey, which is the sticker covered bat. You have never seen her use that. You're very afraid of her using it on you, though. So Tex pokes his head out. So Tex goes out of the hole then?
Yes.
All right. Tex goes out of the hole, and it's quiet. You see the RV is about through kind of between the seat and the table. You kind of look through and you can see the RV, and it's about 10 feet away from the table. It's pretty close, but it looks quiet. There's no movement inside. It's a smaller RV, nothing really big, almost like a pickup truck with a with an RV trailer on the back, you know, kind of like an old Winnebago sort of thing.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's real small. It's nothing modern or newer. But it's just kind of sitting there, like I said, 10 feet off, and it's quiet. It seems like whoever was in there went to sleep. You do start to get curious because you never scoped this one out with the girls. The girls did this one on their own.
Okay.
So you don't know who you're looking for at this point.
Okay, so I don't know who might be in the RV or anything like that.
Yeah, you don't know, like, is it a family of 4? You don't know. You never thought to ask.
Okay. And was there food on the picnic table now that I'm out? Can I see that? Or am I not all the way? I'm sort of under the table, right?
You're under the table, so you can't tell what's on the table.
Okay.
Until you kind of come out from under the table. Like, you are directly under the picnic table, basically.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try and scurry out of the picnic table and sort of maybe take a look, get maybe about halfway between the table and the RV and take a look around.
Okay. I need to do a quick check. Where's my D10s? Oh, that's right. Quarter off. Aubrey kind of follows you out, like, eager to get out of the hole. While she has no aversion to the hole like Stella does, she doesn't like to be in there. It's not her favorite place to be. It's still a hole. It's a long, scary, dark hole, basically. What's your base prowl? Just out of curiosity, your percentage.
52. 58, sorry.
Okay. All right. So at this point, you kind of scurry out from under the picnic table. It's dark. You hear some peepers in the trees. There's just the sounds of night, basically. But other than that, nothing. You look around. You don't see anything. But it's so hard to not have like an awareness check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how would they do that in this game? Which one of these would it be?
There's definitely a skill that I would ask you to roll. I'm just trying to figure out which skill it is, honestly.
Wilderness survival, maybe?
You know what? Go ahead and roll that. I think that's a good one.
Ooh, I did not go under. I'm over.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you kind of come out. Everything seems normal to you. You kind of turn around and look at the picnic table, and there is a large cooler on it. Actually, there's 2 large coolers next to each other, just sitting on the picnic table closed. It's at this point you hear Aubrey whisper like, "Oh, jackpot, baby!" as she's kind of like slid between a seat and the table to kind of come up. And, like, her eyes are doing, like, dollar signs, like, yeah!
Okay.
She pops one open, and she's like, holy shit! They got full sandwiches in here, man! Full sandwiches! This is it! This is the roll! We won't have to steal for, like, at least 3 months. Like, she's just really happy. In her child brain, that's like an eternity.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm torn between being curious about the RV and the food. I think I'm going to go ahead and sort of get closer to the RV and see if I can't hear anybody on the inside.
Okay. All right. It's at this point. Well, give me a prowl. Give me a prowl skill.
Okay, prowl. That was 18.
Wow.
So under.
All right, you start sneaking up to the RV, and it's just like deathly quiet in there, just like almost no movement, like freakishly no movement. And then you start to hear Aubrey from behind you, like, "Yo, malfunction! What are you doing? We don't go close. You're going rogue, man. Get back here. We gotta get these coolers out. I'm not strong enough to." Ah! That's what you hear behind you.
Oh, shoot. I turn around and start running back.
You spin around, because remember the table's only about 7 feet behind you at this point. I'd say you're about 3 feet away from the RV. You spin around. You see a very muscular woman in completely black army fatigues, like kind of like a special forces uniform almost. She has a black hat on. She's got it backwards, like a cap, almost backwards. And she's got like the black like face paint to blend in on her face, and she's just pulled Aubrey back, and just drags her off the seat, pulling her backwards, looking at you the whole time. She's like, "He's right outside the RV! Now, now, now!" That's what she yells at you.
Is the table between me and her?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna beeline it for her. I think I can. If it's only 7 feet, I should be able to make it to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go straight for the attack.
Okay, do it. I am gonna give you a small minus on your attack because you're gonna basically have to vault the table to get to her.
Sure, that makes sense. I shout as I'm moving. So would that be a small minus on my like initiative? Or
yeah, let's do initiative. I think initiative is just a straight D20 with the pluses, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. My initiative was not good.
Hers was 17.
Oh yeah, she beat me up by a lot. I got like 6.
I need to roll some other initiatives here real quick. So Aubrey is going to get a 6. And then the unknown person is going to get a 2. Okay. So what'd you get?
A 6.
Okay. All right.
So do I minus like 1 to that, or
do you minus 1 to what?
Because I'm bolting over the table.
No, I'm going to have you minus to your attack.
Okay.
Because like basically you kind of have to like vault over the table, over the coolers to kind of get to her basically. She immediately with a free hand, she's holding Aubrey with one hand. She immediately with her free hand pulls a pistol. You're not exactly sure what kind of pistol. How do you do basic skill check? Like how do you do basic? There's got to be a way that I've missed somehow to do just like basic stat checks on it. In any case, we're going to say that you immediately gather that it's not like necessarily it's not a lethal thing. Well, it's not a normal gun that you've ever seen before, basically.
Okay.
But she pulls it out. She's going to aim at you. She has time since you're kind of like vaulting over the table towards her and take a shot.
Okay. So I'm going to dodge. I'm going to use one of my actions to dodge.
Okay, cool.
That's
all right.
D20 plus my dodge modifier, right?
Yes. Her roll is a 9 plus her attack, which is going to be a 3, so she's going to be at a 12 to hit you.
Yeah, my dodge goes nowhere. I rolled with my modifier a 5.
5? Okay,
yes.
So she definitely hits you with that. Okay, so basically you hear the pistol go, Phoom! And it is not a bullet that comes out of this and hits you. It is most assuredly a dart. It smacks your shoulder, and it hurts, but it doesn't like kill you or do any damage.
Okay.
But it was high enough to not go hit your natural body armor.
Yeah.
So it does have some effects on you, which will happen in a few rounds. Actually, I'm going to just really quickly roll for it. Okay. All right. All right. So now it is your action.
All right. Where is Audrey in relation to her? Is she like in front of the woman or behind the woman?
Like a human shield.
All right, I guess then I'm gonna go for an entangled attack, right? Or I have to hit with an attack first, though, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and pry Audrey out from
Aubrey.
Grass.
Yeah, let me look up Entangled real quick, and we will do it. Fun with new system. I know, I just saw it in the attack list.
I was just looking at that too.
Entangle. The defender can attempt to trap a weapon or arm of an attacker. This is done instead of parrying or dodging and takes up 1 attack per melee. Unentangle is successful if the defender rolls above the attacker's strike roll. It takes 1 attack. And a roll to entangle to keep the opponent's arm or weapon entangled every melee round. In order to get free, the entangled opponent must roll a dodge against the entangled roll. So it's actually a defensive action.
Oh, okay. So I can't use that. So I guess...
Well, what you can do is you can basically say, I'm going to entangle her, and then when she takes her second attack, which I probably should have actually already taken, you would then attempt to entangle it, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Maybe we'll just do it that way then.
All right,
I guess she still has her attack.
She adjusts her aim. Damn! He's so much bigger than I thought he was going to be. Ooh, she only rolled an 8.
I've been rolling so bad. I'm switching dice.
Okay.
Come on, text. Okay, I rolled a 17 plus 2, 18, 19, 19.
All right, so you entangle her. You very much entangle her. An entangle is successful if the defender rolls above the attacker's strike roll. It takes 1 attack and a roll to entangle to keep an opponent's arm or weapon entangled every melee round. In order to get free, the entangled opponent must roll a dodge. So instead of like entangling them, you're trying to free Aubrey, basically.
Right.
Okay, so what we're going to do is that happens. Like, you rush forward, she fires, you just kind of hear this tink, and the dart skitters off into the air, and then you snatch at her arm with your claws. You kind of like tackle into her midsection, avoiding Aubrey, because Aubrey's only taking out kind of like half of her, because she's a fully grown woman, and once you get up close to her, she's a pretty big woman. So you kind of hit her on the side while grabbing her arm and pulling back, kind of like separating it. So she goes flying backwards, whereas Aubrey drops to the ground, freed from the clutches of this, basically. The girl staggers backwards. You know what? What was your roll to entangle? It was like 17?
Yeah.
All right. Actually, give me another attack roll.
Actually, I rolled 17 plus 2 again, if it's just like a normal strike attack.
Yeah, normal strike attack.
Yes. 19 total.
What was your, did he have claws, the armadillo?
He did, but instead of taking combat claws, I took the digging claws.
Okay, cool. So you're just kind of like running into him then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not using like the claws for combat.
All right,
that was I think a different set.
Here's great strength. Oh, here we go. Collision. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with, give me a D6 roll. And then any strength bonus added to it.
Strength with PS, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, don't add the whole score, but if you got any, like, damage bonus from it. Like, bonus to damage. You're adding bonus to damage.
Oh. So 5.
5?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It was
so
1d6, right?
Yeah, just 1d6.
Yeah.
So you slam into her. It does a fair amount, but she just kind of like she takes like 4 or 5 steps backwards and then kind of like almost like a martial arts movie, like braces her foot and stops herself from moving, and then brings the tranq dart back up, kind of looking for a good shot at you.
Oh no.
That's your turn. Okay, at this point, it's Aubrey's turn. Give her a +2 for surprise. Ooh. Let me just really quickly figure something out with damage. You would think with a game, I didn't write it down because I thought with a game about beating up punks, it would have the scores for a bat, but it does not.
Oh.
So
Especially with, you think like Casey Jones or something.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Casey Jones is in this book. What is... Let me see if there's a bat on Casey Jones.
They have a stat for night vision goggles on here.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
There's night vision goggles in here, but no baseball bat. It is cool, but I want a baseball bat.
Right.
Personal profile. Golf bag filled with various clubs. Damage is usually 1d6 to 1d. Okay. Alright, cool. Horsey's got stickers, so it's going to be a full 1d8. The stickers give it extra torque.
That's right.
Woo! Okay, so basically at this point, like she's taking aim on you. She's got you kind of dead to rights. I mean, you're an okay shot, but you're no quick draw artist. When all of a sudden you just hear, "Ah!" And Aubrey's just like running, like she sprints at her, leaps forward, and just right to the bridge of the girl's nose, hits her in the face with Horsey. Just boom! Just ow! Like the military person, like you see like a streak of blood. She staggers backwards, like, and falls into the grass. Like, what the shit? Like, starts just screaming cuss words at the top of her lungs. I'm gonna actually call high or low for me.
High.
Okay. She also dropped the tranquilizer gun somewhere. You're not exactly sure where. However, things go from bad to worse as you hear the door to the RV slam open. Whoop chunk! You turn around to see this just like huge black guy, same kind of fatigues and same backwards hat, just trucking at you. Just doof, doof, doof. He actually has like you see like over his knuckles, he has these like big brass knuckles that look kind of futuristic. Welcome to a Zach game, man. You see him just like trucking towards you. He steps in and he literally punches the table, and the whole table, like half of it explodes from this electrical discharge, and then the coolers like hurl at you. So here we go. That's his attack.
That was my supper.
Ooh, good for you. He only rolled a 13 to hit you.
Ooh, okay. So that does beat my my armor.
It beats your armor?
Yeah, my armor ratings.
Yeah, it beats your armor, but you can either dodge or parry.
Oh, I can parry, can I?
Yeah, it's technically a melee attack because it's just a big cooler. And I don't believe there's any negatives to parrying. Let me check and make sure. Everybody out there, bear with us. Parry. A defender can attempt to parry a physical attack. This is done by blocking the attacker's blow. and with a weapon or hand. Characters trained in hand-to-hand combat can parry without losing melee attacks. Bullets and energy attacks cannot be parried. Yeah, that's it. That's all it says.
Okay. I'm definitely going to parry.
Yeah, do it. Do it up.
15.
15? Yeah, you parry. So basically the cooler comes flying at you, and you just like, you kind of, because you're a smaller guy, you're kind of the size of the kids, if I recall correctly, right? Like he's not a big, I mean, he's big armadillo, but he's not big person. So this guy towers over you. Like this dude's 6'5", so he's fucking huge, man. It's basically like the rocks coming at you, and you're like the size of a child. So the cooler comes at you. You just kind of like put your armored forearm into it and just kind of knock it to the side. It slams in the grass. Some of the like stuff spills out. And you hear Aubrey go, "You son of a bitch! We stole that fair and square!" At this point, you see the guy kind of like walk through the wreckage of the table, and he's like, keyword is stole, little girl. Your pet's coming with me. And he starts to step towards you. Oh, he gets another attack. I totally forgot. This time he winds up and just like tries to hit you with the actual fist.
Okay.
With the zappy knuckle on it, and he rolls good, so be prepared. 18 to hit you.
Ooh, that definitely hits. I guess I'm gonna try and I'm gonna dodge. I get a lot of pluses from my dodge.
Okay.
Because I have good speed. I have really high speed. I'm a wickedly fast armadillo for some reason.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
17. So how? After all my mods, 17 total.
Oh,
how
no.
much was this?
His was 18, man.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
I know. He got you by 1. You can roll with punch, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So...
I think I will do that. We just talked about roll with punch, and I just wrote down what I had a +3 to roll with punch. So do I roll that to...
So you roll a d20, you add your total roll to punch, and you need to try and get over an 18. If you don't get over an 18 this time, you take full damage. If you do, you roll with the punch.
I do not get over 18. I take full damage.
All right, so he is above 10. He will deal damage to your personal SDC, bypassing your armor.
Okay.
All right, so he rolls a 3 damage. However, you lose 1 attack next round. And you cannot aim, should you try to. Because of the... Basically, he steps in and just boom! He nails you in the face. The armadillo just like... basically flies to the side, kind of like just vanishes off the panel to the side. There's like an electrical charge. You feel the electricity through your face. Your whole jaw seems a little bit numb, and that eye on that side just kind of almost goes in and out, like you lose depth perception on it. And you hit the ground and kind of roll a little bit. Like you've never been in a fight like this, not since you mutated. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. All right, big fella. You've done it now. I'm a plucky little armadillo.
Yeah, you are. I like it. So it's actually Ocelot's turn. Ocelot. Hold on a second. I said her name. I shouldn't have. It's bad game mastering there. Oh, shit. Okay. So at this point, the girl who's like bleeding on the ground, holding nose, she's like, "Oh, little shit!" She rushes forward. You hear the guy kind of like as he never leaves his eyes off you. He's locked onto you. He's like, "Just trank her. It won't kill her." She's like, "I dropped the goddamn gun." He's like, "Ha ha ha ha. That's a hell of a day when Ocelot's getting owned by a 12-year-old." And then he starts to like walk towards you. As he does, though, Ocelot like rushes forward. You see Aubrey like rush in. She's like, "I ain't even done owning you," and just like turns to like hit her with the bat again. But this time, Ocelot is way ready for her. She is not focused on you at all. She catches her arm, grabs her by the shirt, and picks her up off the ground like, "You little shit!" And then she stops talking when she sees Aubrey's face, and she goes, "Oh shit, I wrote that on me. Oh yeah, Bradshaw kid? What the hell is a Bradshaw kid doing here?" And you actually hear the guy who's like walking towards you. He kind of stops curiously, and he actually this time he looks away from you and goes, "What did you say?" And at that point, Aubrey has time again, and let's see, we're gonna give her a +2 on this. I think there are crits in this, right?
Yeah, D20. Just straight crit.
Aubrey rolled a crit.
Damage. Nice.
Can only be critical strike can only be parried or dodged by an opponent's roll of natural 20. What does it do though? Damn. Oh.
I think it doubles it.
Yeah, it's not saying. Always be a critical strike. If someone with a strike bonus of +2 rolls an 18, and then I'm gonna find that. It's one thing. This book is not written super well on that.
This is an attack that does double damage to an opponent. Critical strike.
Great.
Rolling a natural 20 without bonuses to strike is an automatic critical strike.
Right. All right. So
I have a PDF, so I just like type it in.
Good man. I've got a physical book I'm working off of.
Yeah.
So double damage on this. She rolls a 5, gets a full 10 points of damage to this lady's face, right in that bridge of the nose too. So she's like, "Bradshaw?" Boom! Just like both feet, like she just like drop kicks off her face, and just driving him in. Aubrey's like, "You just keep underestimating me, bitch!" And at that point, like the one called Ocelot, like doubles backwards over, blood kind of like spraying out of her nose. Aubrey drops to the ground, hits hard. At this point, though, it's between you and the big boy. I'm gonna give me a prowl check real quick.
Prowl. That was my 58. Yeah, my double my.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Sneaky. Let's see how sneaky I am today. Keep up the. Just made it under 43.
43. Okay, so here's what's happening right now. Saves. So basically, the big black dude is shocked by what has just occurred. The name Bradshaw, he looked over just in time to watch his partner get absolutely owned by a 12-year-old. So he is not looking at you. You are, I want to say, like 5 feet away from him, and he thinks you're stunned and down. Okay. But I need to find really quickly saving throws because you need to saving throw against something real quick.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah. I knew it was coming too, so you would have thought I would have looked up saving throws before such time would occur. But no, alas, dear viewers, I did not look up saving throws. Because it's very hard to look stuff up in this book.
Saving throws. A PDF is actually really handy in this situation. We're playing a new game. Saving throws. Occasionally, characters must roll saving throws against exotic attacks like poison, gas, intensity, insanity, psionics, etc. Lethal poison, non-lethal poison. So lethal poison 14 or better. Non-lethal poison 16 or better. Harmful drugs, 15 or better. Acids, no save possible. Ew, that's a dodge.
What page is that on that you looked that up?
60. So maybe like 59 because it's a PDF.
Yeah.
Cover.
That'll help me find it, though. I hate how they do this, because it's all just in this, like, oh, wow, that's not right.
It's a really fun, cool system with all of these like facets and everything, and it's moving. The combat's moving fast.
The combat actually moves really fast, and that's something I always liked about it when I was younger, is that once you understand the game, it does flow to it. The character creation's real long, but it flows to it. The problem is that the entire game is just these like weird sections of just like keywords. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you've got to kind of put it together from that. It's very strange. Saving throws. All right. So, do you get a plus to those saving throws, or is it just a d20 versus it then?
Well, let me go back.
I think there's a plus on the charts. Yeah, the attributes are so.
Probably coming off of an attribute.
No, they don't have anything for drugs. They've got psionic save bonus, coma versus death bonus, and a and that's it.
Would it be like a maybe physical endurance? If I had anything there?
Yeah, I mean, physical endurance is the save to coma versus death. But here's what we're going to do. Okay. I want the physical endurance to be that saving. So if you have any bonus on physical endurance, add that to your d20. And then you're going to need to beat a... It's not lethal, so you're going to have to beat a 12 or more.
12 or more. Go back to see. I have an 11 is my number, not my modifier. Physical endurance. So I don't think I have any...
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you need like a 17 to get at least a +1.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. All right, so just a straight roll then. I got an 11.
You got an 11?
Yeah, straight roll.
Okay. So I'm going to say you start to feel the effects of the trank. You're getting a little groggy. You kind of immediately realize what that was that she hit you with. I'm going to say now you have a -1 to all your physical, like attack, dodge, parry, that sort of thing. So just a -1 at this point. But that out of the way, here's the thing. You still have the drop on this guy. You can take a stealth attack. What is a stealth attack in this game? Or like an attack of opportunity, I guess is the best way to put it. Let me find that section again.
The stealth attack, I was just reading that also.
Yeah, I was reading it.
Sneaky.
Yeah, sneaky. We're going to count this as a stealth attack because you're kind of getting the drop on him. I just had... There it is, sneak attack. An attacker may lie in wait. Attack behind, sneak up, prowl. If the foe does not discover the attacker, then the sneak attack is successful. The sneak attacker always has initiative, and the defender is not able to parry or dodge the sneak attack. So you just need to hit.
Okay.
So what are you going to hit him with?
He's, like, tough. I'm tiny. I'm going to try and pull out my gun and shoot him.
Here we go. Whoosh. Drawn down.
So yeah, I'm pulling out the hand cannon, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and name it. What should I name it? Oh, Rosie.
Oh.
Name my hand cannon.
So happy with that.
Okay, so I rolled a 16. And now I didn't put any modifiers on it. Because it doesn't look like I can aim.
Yeah, but you beat a 5, right?
Yes.
Because he can't dodge or parry. You've got the drop on him. So roll those 4d6. So you pull out the gun, which he is also not expecting, and just ka-choom! Just echoes through the park. You hear birds go, "Rah!" like out of the trees, like the peepers just silence, like it is loud.
Oh boy. Yeah, I did not do too bad on this either. 9 total.
9 total?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. So, yeah. All right. Let me mark that down. All right, so you just lift the thing goes off. He's like, huh? He turns around just in time to just get wailed in the side. Like, his whole body, like, pivots sideways. He turns with, like, a ton of, like, blood, like, mist from his shoulder. And he just, like, falls to the ground. He's like, oh, God damn it. The talking animal shot me. The talking animal shot me. Nobody said he could shoot things. Why did we bring guns? Ocelot's not responding. You just hear from Ocelot. Aubrey gets the bat and looks at you and goes, "Let's finish him off," like a little berserker psychopath.
Oh wow. Okay. Live to fight another day, youngin'. And you, and I point down to the big guy on the ground. That'll teach you to bring a gizmo to a gunfight.
I love you so much. All right. That's amazing. It's amazing. All right. So, he's kind of like, he's just like looking at you, waiting for you to shoot him. You say all that. He does not respond. He does not know how to respond to you at all. But you see Layla like stumble out of the bushes. From, like, this would be kind of to the east of the campsite. You see her kind of stumble out of the bushes, like tears in her face and some cuts on her, kind of like her cheeks. Aubrey hasn't seen it yet. She's like, "What are you waiting for? Let's finish them. They tried to kill me."
I shout to Layla. I just shout, "Look," and I kind of, with my head, tilt off to the side to point towards, I shout to Aubrey. Audrey?
Aubrey.
Right?
Yeah, Aubrey.
I shout to Aubrey, "Look," and I start to tilt my head to the side to point towards Layla coming out of the bushes.
Okay, so you see Layla. Yeah, you see Layla kind of coming out of the bushes, and Aubrey's entire demeanor changes when she sees her. Like, it's a completely different Aubrey. She doesn't care about these assholes anymore. She just immediately starts sprinting towards Layla. "Oh, no! What happened?" And just starts running.
Okay. Are we still in initiative at this point, like combat?
No, the combat's over. Ocelot's face is fucked up, and neither one of them have an automatic weapon to deal with you. You've got a gun drawn on them, basically. They're not going to challenge you.
Okay.
They're watching you, like, kind of looking for an opportunity to either escape. Man, I wish I had some sort of, like... I even looked in the Game Master section. There doesn't seem to be any sort of, like, just straight, hey, check for this, you know? Here's what I think I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to make a call. We're going to roll a d20 on skill checks. You're going to be able to add to it if you got any sort of bonus from your attribute. And then I'll just I'll put a difficulty on it. Does that sound good?
Okay, from skill check, most of my skill checks have the percentage.
No, not from skill checks. From the random, like, attribute checks. We're going to call them attribute checks. Like, when I need you to notice something, or I need you to figure something out. You know, that sort of thing. If that's all right.
Yeah, I got all that lined up, so we're good.
Okay, so give me a d20 roll. And this can be... get this down here, because this will help. My little Game Master shield. We're going to do this as IQ.
IQ. Okay, so that's going to be a 15.
All right, so you immediately kind of realize the situation. Neither one of them were expecting this level of violence from you and a 12-year-old child. It has taken them by surprise. They aren't done with you, And you also think they could probably take you if they were prepared, but they went into this too easy. But they're not going to do anything with you with a gun on them. And they're also not going to do anything with Ocelot's face just all kicked in and old boy bleeding out from a gunshot wound.
Okay.
You also know well enough. You know well enough to know that they know well enough that that gun, basically everything in a fucking 10-foot radius heard that. So most likely the ranger will plot out of his cabin and probably come check that out for poachers or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
The fight is effectively over. You don't think that they're necessarily done with you, but the fight is effectively over at this point in time.
And I don't see the oldest girl, the
Nope.
Stella.
You don't
anywhere.
see Stella at all.
That is making me very nervous, and that's making Tex very angry. He turns back over to the big guy on the ground and cocks the hammer on this giant revolver, and says, "What did you do?"
The big guy steals himself. Like, you see his eyes widen a little bit, like prepared to take that last blast, but he steals himself a little bit. And he's like, "What are you talking about? It's a contract. Bring you in. That's all."
Where's the girl?
The girl just ran over there. What are you talking about?
Okay. Who hired you?
He kind of eyes you for a second. Is there a skill for intimidation? I think there is.
If it is, I don't think I have it.
Because you gotta like scare this dude a little bit. Because he's
I
a
know.
trained guy. He's not gonna just be like,
Not gonna
"Here's everything that you need to know." You would need interrogation, I'm gonna say.
Okay. And it is like a 3-foot tall armadillo, like
Right.
basically stuffed animal.
Yeah.
With a gun.
Exactly. I think that like with the exception of the gun, there's nothing intimidating about you for this guy. He really, honestly, he's probably feeling like, I cannot believe that we just lost to this, like that kind of situation. He just looks at you and goes, "Black hats don't give up their employers."
We'll see about that. I don't want to see you in these parts anymore. And I turn around and start running towards Lila and Aubrey.
He does not answer that. Instead, the minute you kind of turn around and start running, he goes to Ocelot, grabs her, and starts to get the fuck out of Dodge. You head over to Aubrey and Lila. Lila is just in tears. You've never seen her cry this much because she's the super happy one. And she's just like, it had red eyes. It came out of nowhere. I've never seen anything like it. It was a monster. It was a monster. Aubrey's like trying to calm her down. She's like, "Where's Stella? Where's Stella, Lila? Where's Stella?" She's like, it was a monster. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't bang the thing. It was just there, and I was scared, and yeah, that's what's happening right now. And Aubrey's just getting more and more frustrated. Like, where is Stella?
Oh shoot. Okay, I'll go over between them and try and say calmly, "Lila, we're in a bit of a pickle here, and I'm gonna need you to put on your brave face for a little bit. Can you tell us what happened, nice and slow, real quick?"
Let's do
Real quick.
our newly formed attribute check, and you can use physical beauty in this particular situation.
Oh, I have great physical beauty.
You're a cute motherfucker. A cute motherfucker.
I didn't really. I got my physical beauty score, but I don't think I got my percentages off that. Let's see. Like, because I wasn't sure how you'd use physical beauty in that.
That's why I kind of wanted to do this, because I was looking at the stats over and over, and I'm like, when would you even use some of these?
Okay, so I have a +1 in physical beauty.
Yeah.
I can't believe a 16 only got me a +1.
Yeah.
But even with that, okay.
It's just a 10 you're trying to beat.
Then, yeah, if I got 13 total.
Okay. So you got a 13 total. Basically, she starts to calm down. She's kind of like eased by you being basically a giant talking stuffed animal. As an armadillo, you don't really understand human age, not yet anyway, but as a player, Lila's like 8 or 9. Aubrey's like 12, and then Stella's the one who's like into the teen years. So like, Lila is really not equipped to deal with whatever the hell's going, like most of it, honestly. But she finally comes out and she's like, I'm sorry, Tex. I'm sorry. It took Stella. It talked real funny, but it said it wanted you. It was furry, and it was big, like a giant dog, but it just had like fangs and claws. And then it's one eye. It only had one eye.
Could it be the fanged one? I sort of mumbled to myself.
Aubrey's like, the what? You've been watching too many weird movies, Tex.
This is before the time of movies. I might be fearing. There was a creature in the swamps that will terrorize us armadillos and squirrels and all those little woodland creatures. Called it, well, sort of know it as the Fanged One. Where did you last see him?
She's like, he went off in that direction after he got Stella. He dragged her away.
Okay, I'm gonna go in that direction.
She was hurt.
Stella was hurt?
Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not big enough to help. And then she just starts crying some more.
You did real good with your eyes and taking a look around. You're a real smart girl. I go off into the direction, and I actually tell them to come with me because I don't know what the hell's going on around here. Come on, ladies.
All right. Aubrey's like, you're gonna stop me, and she just starts spinning horsey in her hand.
I love that girl.
Yeah, I love Aubrey. Yeah, Aubrey's awesome. I love all the girls. I actually named them all off after girls I know too. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a risky move.
Oh, that's awesome. Whoever is named Aubrey in your life, they got a good one.
They do.
A good character here.
They do.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go in that direction, and I'm gonna try and do maybe a wilderness survival. Try and look for tracks.
Okay. Let me just really quickly look at the skill list and make sure there isn't like a tracking skill, because if there is, I feel like that's what you would need. And I know that's a dick move, but I'm just kind of trying to play it.
No, yeah, for sure.
Play it right here.
Oh, it does look like there's a tracking.
Yeah, so basically in this situation, the tracking is what you would need to actually track them, whereas wilderness survival doesn't really get you that. Gotcha. Wilderness survival kind of keeps you alive in the wild, basically.
Okay, so I can't really use any special skill to track them.
No.
Can I just look around to see if I see anything noticeable?
Yeah, definitely. Let's just do IQ and D20. Tell me what you get.
Okay, IQ, I don't think I have anything. So that'd be a spirit roll. Well, I got an 8.
All right. You're having a hard time picking it up, but one thing you notice is there is some like broken trees and some limbs kind of going off in one direction, and then you definitely see a mark on a tree, like a red slash mark on a tree. Might be blood. You're not sure. You go up closer to it. Give me another IQ roll. Cannot believe that there's no like straight attribute check.
That plays out.
Just been going through this book while we're playing, like in the offhand, looking for some sort of like attribute check, so that because I don't want to play the game wrong on the only stream that we play it. But and like, what's weird is like I played this game all the time as a kid. All the time. I don't remember how we did it. I remember the skill checks and I remember the combat, but I don't remember how we did like an awareness roll, you know?
Right.
I think it straight up doesn't want you to have skill checks. It's the best way, like attribute checks.
Okay.
Which would be pretty hard. I'd have to really describe shit. Like, really describe shit. Alright, well, you get up to the, you kind of investigate the streak. You see that it's not blood, okay? It is actually this, like, red cherry lip balm stuff that, Stella's very attached to lip balm. It's one of the things that you know about her from spending the time with her that you are. She is also a very intelligent planner. So, like, she's, like, you just see, like, maybe she left a trail for you.
Looks like we're on the right track. And I continue to move forward, trying to look for any more lip balms or streaks or anything that she may have left.
All right. You head deeper into the forest, kind of walking through the trees, and sure enough, every so often when he dragged her too close to a tree, she managed to hit it with this lip balm. But it doesn't take you long to figure out where you're going. After a short period of time, you realize that you are going in the direction of the pool, the original pool that you were in. It's one of the deepest parts of the park, like most, like farthest away from any like road or civilization, like deepest into the park that there is. But it's the pool in which you were drinking from when the Fanged One attacked you and you mutated. The place where it all began.
Yeah. This trail is looking darker and darker as we move deeper into the forest here. I'm wondering if I might need to go on alone.
I was like, excuse me? Look. Stella's gone. That makes me the oldest. I ain't going nowhere.
What about... And I sort of tilt my head towards Lila.
She kind of looks towards Lila, Lila looks scared. Like she has gone from a crying, panicky face to sheer fear. Because we are now at like 2 a.m. Your gunshots made the forest silent, completely silent. And like basically her parental figure is gone. So like she is just like, she looks so scared. Aubrey looks at her and looks back at you and goes, yeah, what about her? But you could tell your words kind of had an effect.
She needs a little help right now. And well, you know how good I am at hiding and burrowing and getting in close to things. Maybe I should just scout ahead, and you can find a safe place for Lila to hold up. Kind of trying to impress like save her pride a little bit as I say this.
She's like, you're not a fighter, Tex. I'm the fighter. I'm the protector. I'm the one that keeps us alive, that keeps us going. Not you. You dig holes. And you can tell that her pride is a little bit hurt because Aubrey's a badass, but she has this kind of undertow of like takes too much onto herself, and she's blaming herself for Stella's disappearance, even though she had no way of stopping it. You can tell that she's just like your empathy shines through, and you can see that like she's blaming herself for Stella.
Okay. I go up to her. I put my little hand on her shoulder, if I can reach it.
She rolls it off once, and you have to like put it back on there again.
And I say, you and I are going to get Stella back. You're right. You're the fighter. I'm the sneaky one. I can get under things and hide real well. Right now, Lila needs a fighter. She needs a fighter to help keep her safe. Let me do some sneaking and figure out what's going on, and I'll come back for you, and we'll handle it together.
She takes like a deep breath. All right. I know how to pick up the trail again, and Stump Mansion isn't too far from here, so I'll get her home. All right, and then I'm coming back.
All right.
No fighting without me.
No fighting.
All right, she looks back to Lila. She's like, all right, come on, Lila. Lila's like, be careful, Tex.
Don't you worry one bit, little missy.
All right, she walks away, and while you feel like a badass, the minute they vanish into the dark, you're like, oh, I haven't been alone since I've been a mutant. And now you're alone in the darkness, heading back to the place where it started, possibly to face the thing that started again. And then we switch off to kind of like an NPC scene, and we see McNally is at the RV scene. It's all wrecked up. He's like, good God, what in the hell happened here? Jesus Christ. And he's looking at it, he's like, what happened at a picnic bench? These people are going to have to pay for this. This is ridiculous. Looks around, and he starts to see some of the footprints and the big hole on the picnic table. It's like, it's that damn Sam Squanch. I know I got a Sam Squanch in here.
Sam Squanch?
Which way did it go? I bet you it went that way. And then he kind of heads back to his truck, and we kind of zoom out to kind of across the road in a different kind of forest, kind of up against a tree. You see like looking through binoculars, Ocelot, the girl. Her face is messed up, but she's kind of like dried the blood away. She's just very bruised through the eyes and nose at this point, and swollen. She looks back, she's like, oh, that idiot park ranger is there now. I can't believe we fucked this up this bad. You see behind her, doing field surgery on himself, is the large dude just in his shoulder, like gritting his teeth, trying to find the bullet. He's like, oh, god damn. I cannot believe I got shot by an armadillo. We can't blame ourselves. We didn't know that it was going to be like that. She's like, what do you mean we didn't know? We've handled these kind of cases. These mutant animal cases. Tomlinson Corporation always has us handle this stuff. This isn't the first one. He's like, it's the first one that talked like Clint Eastwood and shot a .357 Magnum. Yeah. And what are you talking about? You got owned by a 12-year-old. She's like, watch it. Watch it. It was a Bradshaw girl. He's like, yeah, what the hell is that about? You see, he finally gets it. He grits his teeth and he just pulls the bullet out of his arm and then drops it. Then he kind of puts a concoction together, does the whole Rambo, cauterizes it, leans back, is really like not feeling good at all, kind of flexes. She goes, yeah, what is that about? I cannot believe General Bradshaw's girl was here. I mean, it's been what? Like, he's like 4 years. 4 years since they've seen those girls. You think they're just hiding out in this park? She's like, I think that's double money. Now, are you ready to go round two with that stupid stuffed animal? He's like, you see him pick up the knuckles, puts it over his hands. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then he gets up.
Wait.
So back with you.
God.
You come to a clearing. Give me a prowl check.
All right. Ooh, I'm way over.
Oh, good.
Good.
Good for me. Okay, so you come up to the original pool. So basically, kind of towards the back of this forest. It's not really the swamp area. It's much more like a wooded, normal area. But this is like kind of like an inlet that goes into kind of like an underground stream that feeds the swamp, kind of down things. So this is kind of uphill basically, but it's kind of a forest. And it's uphill high enough that there are certain places where you can kind of look out and almost see the entire park in front of you. Like it's not a mountain or anything, but it's high. It's the highest point in the park, basically.
Okay.
So you kind of get up to this pool, and there's just this big kind of water that flows from kind of like a big rock face in front of you. That it flows into this kind of like stream, this big pool, almost like a pond. I'd say like. Probably about football-sized pond, but it's like I said, it's like a wading pool. It's not, it's never super deep. Let's put it that way. And then, like I said, that feeds into an underground channel that eventually feeds the swamp downstream. So, well, from what you see, it's just this big pond with kind of like a water flow that comes out of a rock face to the far side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so the trees have cleared around this, and then like it's about it's roughly like anywhere between 20 and 40 feet in certain areas of grass between the tree line and the water's edge. Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of come up to the tree line. You're doing your best to sneak, trying to figure out where Stella is, and this is where the thing has led you. Now, this pool is the pool that you were drinking of when you oozed out, basically. And you can actually see now, you get to look on it with your mutated eyes instead of just your armadillo eyes, which are very different. They see the world in a different way. And you actually see that the water coming out of the rock face is not like coming out of a river. It's coming out of like a big metal like drain pipe sort of thing that's just kind of flowing out of it into this. And you actually see every so often there's like a spurt of green just comes out of it into this pool. And the pool itself has like, it's watery, but it has these snaky tendrils of like green ooze just kind of like floating around in it, basically.
Well, fiddlesticks.
And then sitting almost too easily just on the grass, unconscious, her right leg is really messed up. Like it looks like something gnawed on it. But it seems that she's breathing is Stella. She's maybe like 2 feet away from the water's edge.
2 feet, okay. And how far is she from me at the tree line?
How far is she from you? Like I said, about 30 feet.
30 feet, okay.
Couldn't get there in an action.
Right, yeah.
All right, I have to make a really quick roll. Okay. All right, I have to make another really quick roll.
Skills that will help me.
Okay, what were you gonna do?
I'm gonna see if I could just do any sort of looking around or anything to see if I can see anything. And I don't have any specific skills.
Okay, it's at this point you're kind of looking around, trying to figure out what's going on, and then we just see behind you eyes, red eye, one eye, red eye, just open in the dark, and then boom, teeth grap down on your shoulder like, As they gnaw on your shoulder, you kind of like yowl and fall forward out of the forest, kind of rolling onto the beach. Well, not the beach, but you know what I mean. The grass part, the grass clearing. Rolling up in front of you, like you kind of roll, whatever it is on your back rolls with you. Let's go. You kind of come up to your hands and knees. As you do, literally like an inch from your face is the thing that has chased you but mutated. The fanged one stands there in front of you. It is the original coyote that battled with you at this pool. He must have also mutated. He did not mutate as strongly as you, though. He does not have fully bipedal fingers. He just has fucking claws. Like, literally like paws and claws in front of you in his hands. He's the kind of lupus version. I'm gonna show everybody at home what this looks like. But for you, go to page 12. He's the partial bipedal stance with hands. This one right here, guys. This guy. This guy. But no thumb.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And he's got the huge scar over his eye, and he goes, "Hims come after all, hims did. I's wait for you. I's watch you. I's know what happened to you." That's how he talks to you. And his eye just wide. Like, he's still just an inch from your face. Like, your hand is on your pistol in your holster, but you're not sure if you could draw it before he could cut you. Oh, and by the way, he did, with that bite, he did 7 points of damage, but he did not roll high enough to do it to your physical. He rolled below your AR, so it does it to the 75 meaty.
Okay. Put that down. Ooh, okay. How many damage?
7.
To the 7, okay. To the armor STC.
Yeah. So, like, your kind of shell over here has some, like, teeth marks and some brittleness there.
Well, I knew this day would come eventually. I hadn't seen the last of the likes of you.
His face, in the weirdest way, has this, like, toothy grin when you say that. He's like, "I's knew I was special to you as well. I's knew you'd come. You'd be happy. Oh, hims be happy with me's situation of taking him's friends. Yes, yes. Him's blood tastes really good. Yes. Him's blood give me this." And you see him kind of like motion to himself with his claws. And then he goes, "More of him's blood make me whole." You just get the idea that he only half mutated from biting you. And he has it in his warped, thick skull that basically eating you fully will mutate him more into a more powerful being. So now the fanged one has equated you with the mutation because he was attacking you with you mutated, so he believes eating you gives him power, basically. I'm very proud of this guy. I love this guy.
God, he is so monster. He's
so monster.
Oh, he's freaking me out.
I had to practice the voice. I was like, it's not a voice. Every time he refers to somebody, he's gonna put an S on the end of whatever it is. I's, you's, me's, hims, withs, like whatever. There's gonna be an S at the end, and it's just gonna make it super creepy.
Yeah, it is. It's really such a monster.
Yeah.
God. Okay. So I guess Tex is nervous. He's undoubtedly nervous, but he's never gonna let it show because he's Tex, the armadillo, the marshal of these parts, self-proclaimed.
The marshal of the park, baby.
And he's gonna look up at him and say, "Didn't you hear? Supper is off the menu." And he's gonna move to attack.
Okay.
Pull his
initiative.
Right.
Probably the most important initiative of your fucking life. What's your plus to initiative, by the way?
Wait, I don't. Do we get a +2 initiative?
I don't
didn't see the
know.
plus.
I'm sure there's some things that give you a bonus to it because everything seems to be able to be added to in this game. I'm just not sure what it is.
And
If
of course, when
there
I
is
was reading over the initiative thing, it did not say anything about pluses, but it
It's all
doesn't mean
good.
there isn't one.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably from a skill. You know what I mean? Like, the
Oh,
skills
yeah.
all give you those
That's
random bonuses. So,
That's
like,
true, yeah.
I'm
That's
wondering
true.
if one of those... I don't see... I'm on the skills right now. I don't see any... What physical skills... You didn't take boxing, did you?
No.
Okay, cool. I forgot to ask you about that. All right. I'm not seeing any bonuses to initiative, so I think it's pretty flat.
Yeah, I think it's just roll.
All right, let's do it. Initiative.
Let's go for it. 15.
He rolls a 14. You get the first shot.
Yes. Okay. Now I can take an aim shot now, right?
Yeah.
Is there's enough time gone by since I've taken that punch to the face?
Oh, yeah. You're cured from that. However, give me another save versus toxins. By the way, I did read on, and even though it only says save versus death in the chart, if you actually read this, the description of the stats, the endurance actually says save versus coma, death, and toxins. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna say at this point you have very little amount of it in you, so you're gonna need to beat. We're gonna say a 9.
Okay. I got an 11.
You got an 11?
Yes.
Wow. Good stuff. All right, so you're no longer affected by the tranquilizer either.
Okay, cool. Ooh, that's a relief. Maybe my mutation, like blood, has helped me out a little bit there. Okay, so I roll. Wait a second. So I rolled already for my attack, right?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, have I?
No, you haven't rolled for your attack. You need to decide whether you're aiming or taking 2 attacks.
I'm gonna go ahead and aim.
Okay.
This sucker.
All right.
All right. So that's only 1 attack, and I get to add my modifier, which is not too bad. So with modifier 17.
Woof. Okay. Here we go. You hit him. Do damage.
Right. 10 damage total.
Wow.
This gun is boss.
That gun is boss.
And you know, just a shout out to anybody that's watching us right now. Like, just a perspective. My HP is 12.
Yeah.
Starting out.
Yeah. All right, so he's like right in front of you. You draw just as he like rears back. As you pull right to his chest. Boom! Just a huge fire. His whole body lurches. He does the whole like John Wick fly backwards sort of thing. He crashes to the ground, rolls 3 times, and just lays there motionless. Your gun is just smoking. You hear Stella. She's like, "Tex, is that you? That was so loud." She's got her hands over her ears.
Well, it's no time for napping, little lady. And I start moving towards Stella, but I don't take my eyes off the fanged one.
Okay. A fanged one's just laying there. He's laying there lifeless. He kind of moved, I want to say slightly diagonal, so you can move to Stella without, like, you'll get kind of closer to him, but not close to the way where he could, like, grab your leg, playing possum style from wrestling or something. You start to move towards Stella. As you move towards Stella, I get to do a prowl check. I keep forgetting I get to just fuck you up if I succeed them. Okay.
Bang, 1 half heads.
Okay. All right. So it's at this point you're kind of moving towards Stella. You're so focused on the Fanged one. Like he is a nightmare creation that you put down with one shot, and it just doesn't feel right that he's done. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel right. When because you're so focused on him, you completely miss the footsteps, just rushing out of the forest and stepping in. Let's see. Okay, that will beat your AC. Or your AR, I mean. And what did I do? I did a D8 with the little stun effect. Oops. Alright, so you're going to take another 4 personal SDC.
Okay.
Because basically, actually... This is the kind of thing that you need saving throw for, game.
Oh, I have to count my other shot.
Give me a saving throw on endurance again. Make it an 11.
11. Oh, I just barely made it with a 12.
Oh, good. You hold on to the gun. All right, so you don't hear him coming. He comes out of the forest, and then you just feel the fist hit your face and the electric discharge, boom, as the big dude, which we still haven't even named. I have a name for him, but nobody's said it yet. And you see him just like jack you in the face. Yet you go down holding it again. You lose an attack from next round, and you cannot aim in the next round. And then you just hear like round 2, motherfucker, and then he just step towards you, just keeps charging you. You see Stella like, no, Tex. She starts to get up, but as she gets up, the woman Ocelot kind of rushes out, grabs her, and starts to like drag her. It grabs her and goes, Bradshaw, you're going to take me to your sister's, and then we're going to take you home. Nothing makes Stella more scared than hearing the word home. She's like, no. And then Ocelot like brings out this badass knife. It's like a hollow blade. Like there's no internal blade. It's just like this knife metal edge around it. So it's super light, but it's really long. Like Bowie sized, but you could like put your hand in between the middle part and out, and she just kind of like spins it in her hand. She's like, "Oh yes, you are, because we don't care how you get home." And then she just grabs her and starts to pull Stella. Stella's like, "No, no!" and starts to like kick, but Stella has like no strength because the Fanged one doesn't have hands. He literally dragged her here with his mouth. Like that's how he did it. So her leg is all fucked up. She has lost not an amount of blood that's gonna kill her, but she is a weak, like 14-year-old girl who has been abused by a giant monster animal. So Ocelot just starts to drag her kind of in the opposite direction. So like right now, big man's in between you and them, and then Fanged one's behind you. Yeah, shit gets real. Real.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I don't know because I'm new to this game. I don't know how it's going to roll out, but I want to try and burrow into the ground and under the big guy.
Oof. Okay, I do not. Let me just look up burrowing. Diggy hole. I can't remember. Is it before or after? Oh, what do you think of the game so far?
I'm loving it. I love how fast the combat is.
Mm-hmm.
It's super organic. Love this freaking gun, man.
Yeah. All right, digging. The ability to dig through dirt, mud, and sand. The character's physical strength determines the speed of the digging. Only the character's body moves through the earth. No tunnel is left behind. So we were a little bit wrong on the tunneling before, but that's fine. Characters with a physical strength of less than 13 move 3 feet per melee. Physical strength of 13. Physical strength. A PS of 13 through 18 means. What's your physical strength?
That was a good question. PS. It looks like 10.
Okay.
So I think it was 3 feet.
So it's 3 feet per melee. How tall are you?
I think it was 3 feet tall. Let me see. Did I write that down?
I feel like you were a little bit too tall for that.
Oh, size I have listed as 6.
6.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's-
that helps. That helps. Actually, my Game Master shield has a size chart, I think. All right, so 6 means I think you're medium. So that's 48 plus 1d6 inches is how tall you are. So that would be 48 divided by 12 is 4. So you're 4 feet and some extra odd inches. So yes, you can dig a tunnel. However, you'll have to parry a blow from him before you're out of the ability. Like, he will get a turn on you. Because you only have 2 attacks, right? 2 actions.
Yeah, total.
So you can dig with the 1 action you've got left because he stunned you already.
Yeah.
So you can dig with the 1 action you have left, and he will get an attempt to hit you, or not. But either way, he's gonna get an attempt to hit you. Like, you won't be able to dig out of his range fast enough, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try and do my dig.
Okay. All right, so you just turn and just start digging, like, fuck round 2, and just start digging as fast as you can. He's like, oh no, you don't. And then he goes to he's gonna basically like grab you and try and pull you up out of the dirt, basically.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm rolling this die for this dude. Oof. 7 total to hit you.
That is under my armor rating of 10.
Yes. So it'll do damage to your meaty SDC, but you still have to try and dodge to stop him from pulling you out.
Okay. So, and I do have pretty decent dodge stats. Actually. Uh, 19 total.
19 total?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just digging, and he's like, no. He grabs your tail, but as he grabs your tail, you like kick up and kind of scratch him slightly with your back toe while you're digging. He's like, oh, son of a bitch, and he drops you, and then boom, you're just in the dirt. The dirt kind of folds over. He's like, oh shit, where'd he go? He's some kind of land shark. At that point, Ocelot's pulling him away. She's like, come on! You can't handle a giant Furby? Just freaking knock him out already. You've got electric brass knuckles. You got a superpower. Look out! She screams at the last second. Hold on.
Oh no. Maybe not oh no. Oh
yeah,
yes.
He's not dead. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit, snack. All right. She says look out because she sees that, like, the fanged one has kind of, like, pulls himself up to, like, a leaping position, then just leaps. And you just see him, like, coming up over the top of the big guy. Like, the big guy's like, look out for what? And you just see, like, teeth basically come down over the big guy's shoulder, his upper chest, and his back, and the fanged one just bites in. Just blood everywhere. The guy just screams, "Oh!" At this point, you see Fanged One pulled back, kind of like chainsaw actioning the guy's like upper shoulder and chest. Just like a stream of blood goes everywhere. You hear Ocelot go, "No!" and like toss Stella down. And you see the big guy like step forward, and she's like, "Oh, what? Longhorn, no!" And then basically he kicks. The Fanged One kicks off of Longhorn, finally getting his name in there. Longhorn stumbles forward, falls into the pool, just like lifelessly, just with like a pool of blood like striking out in front of him. And then you see the Fanged One drop. You see the Fanged One's front is just matted with blood, and he just looks and he goes, "You's not eats him before me's. Eyes claims the power, not you's." And then he just starts to like run towards Ocelot.
Okay. Oh yeah. I knew he wasn't dead.
Yeah, right.
This nightmare that has been like tracking me since I've become more conscious and aware would not die with one shot, even from my hand cannon.
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So okay. Wow. Okay. So what do is it an initiative yet? What do we do next, or can I?
It's your turn. It's your turn, man.
Turn. Okay. How much? So can I hear like these guys' footsteps above me at all, or anything?
I am making another prowl check just to let you know.
Okay.
Okay. That's for something else. Actually, I need a different D20 for this dude. Okie dokie. Alright, so yeah, you can hear all of that going on. You're only like 2 inches under the dirt. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't get that deep.
Okay.
Like you're like 4.5 feet down right now.
Okay. So I'm down under there. I hear this going on, and do I have a sense that the Fanged One has like he's running obviously towards
Ocelot.
Ocelot.
Mm-hmm.
Is he between me and Ocelot yet? Or can I hear that?
Yeah, he's definitely between you and Ocelot.
All right, I'm gonna burst out of the ground and fire.
At who?
The Fanged One.
Okay, take a shot.
All right. And I can do an aim shot now, right? Has it been around or?
No. This is the round. No, you can do an aim shot because you dug in the round. You can do an aim shot in this round.
Okay. 24. Shot.
Wow. Okay.
With an aim shot.
Rolling to dodge. He's got a good dodge, but not that good, man.
I have a +6 to my.
Yeah, you definitely hit him.
Shot.
Roll damage.
All right. 9 damage total.
Jesus. Okay, this one, like, you see the Fanged One rushing for Ocelot, and just like like you come out of the ground, boom! Your hand kicks back, the bullet finds purchase, boom! Hits him in the back, left shoulder. He like spins in the air and like hits the ground. You actually hear him do like a puppy like that when he gets nailed, and like hits the ground and slides. He's like, nose. He's got the humans, the boomsticks, nose, and he starts to like drag himself towards the tree line, which is roughly 16 feet away. But he's pretty fucked up. At this point, though, Ocelot like turns. She flips the blade in her hand and hurls it at you.
Oh shoot!
She doesn't know that you like. There's no alliances. She's still trying to take you down.
Yeah. Now I can't dodge, right? Because I use my 2 actions.
That is correct, sir.
So it's just straight up against my armor class,
Yuppers.
my armor rating.
What was I rolling for? Her. This one. Oh, fucking shit.
Oh no.
She definitely hit you. You can't dodge, right?
I don't think so. I think I have to have an action available to dodge on a round.
Well, this is a thrown weapon, though. I don't think thrown weapons counts as a melee. I think thrown weapons counts as like an extended melee. I'm gonna say you can parry. It.
I can parry.
Yeah.
So I then can throw something back at her or shoot back at her.
No. You just you swat the knife away without getting hit, basically.
Okay.
Like you're like you would smack it away without it getting hit. But she rolled a total of 24. She was one away from a crit, man.
I mean, yeah, I did not make that.
Okay. Roll with punch.
Roll with punch.
Might as well try, you know.
And that was a D6 or the D20?
The D20. Roll with punch is just a D20. You're trying to beat the 24 again, basically.
Yeah, I didn't beat that. That's right. I didn't beat that.
Alrighty, so she hits you.
I don't know if I can beat that.
If you rolled a nat 20, you'd beat it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I think that's the only way I could beat it, because I only have a +2. So parry.
D8 plus 2. 8 damage.
To my personal STC?
Yeah. And this also causes an effect. I made this up. This isn't in the game. I just wrote it down for the weapon. The weapon separates the wound basically without stopping it up because of the hole inside. So it's in you. It makes you bleed. So every round you're going to lose another D6 worth of damage until you get it out of you, basically.
No. Okay.
Give me also. I know we're not supposed to do this, but give me an intelligence check as well.
Okay.
Just roll a d20, add an intelligence bonus if you have one.
A no intelligence bonus. That's like a 4.
Okay. All right. You don't notice it then. All right. So yeah, it just nails you, kind of upper chest, just like just sticks in, gets in through the armor, like around the chink, like it was a perfect throw. Just like she finds the like niche in your armor, and you feel it in your wounds. You've never hurt like this. Never hurt like this. Even when, well, maybe when the Fang one attacked you before you mutated.
Okay.
You do hear the Fanged one still crawling, and as it hits you, he starts to whine and go, "Nose! She's gonna eat him first! She's gonna get the power!" Like, like just madness.
Really?
Stella actually screams.
Fucks in the eyebrow. Really?
Stella screams, "No!" Like as it hits you. She like, you see her like kind of spin her hand around something, and then she starts to rush forward to you. The whole time she's kind of like almost winding her hand.
Ooh, okay.
It is your turn.
All right. So, is Stella still behind the attacker?
Now Stella is, yes. She wasn't behind her before, but now that Ocelot's charging you, she is.
Okay. I'm gonna take an aim shot at Ocelot.
Okay, do it. I'm gonna give you a -2 because this thing is literally in your shoulder, so you can't like square up. You have to use one hand.
Okay, then.
Losing my voice.
Okay, so 13 minus 2 is going to be 11.
Okay. Let's see if she can dodge you. She dodges. For the first time, nobody's dodged successfully, but she rolls a 17 to dodge. So she rolls And as she rolls, she jerks on her hand, and now you realize what's going on. There is a garrote wire attached to the base hilt of the knife that's jammed in you. That's what she's winding slowly on her hand as she's approaching you. So she basically has you attached to her hand. So she kind of like jerks on it when she rolls, which makes your shot go off. Kapow! Fires again, and then she rolls right up to her feet, like not even missing a step, and still winding this wire. But now you can see it glint off the moonlight when she kind of like pulls on it, and you can feel the tug.
That bitch. God damn it.
It's at this point, she is basically closing on you. She just keeps winding it up. So she's going to like rush in and grab the blade and just try and push farther into you. She's like, mutant freaks, you're going to pay for Longhorn.
Okay. I guess, okay, so she's going to roll to attack for that?
Yeah. I got to figure out which die. There you go. 15 total.
15 total. I'm going to try and parry for sure.
Yeah. That's a good call.
See. Oh, I just realized, I think... Oh, shoot, I've been missing some of my...
bonuses?
Stat from parry.
Oh, that's not good.
I've been undercutting myself. I only gave myself a +2 for my... What is it? PP. But I also took athletics, which gives me another +1 for parrying. And dodge. So I'm going to, okay, so I got a +3 then for parrying. Alright, so I rolled a 13, 14, 15, 16.
You parry. She grabs the knife, but before she could grab the knife, you actually bring the hand up that it's in the shoulder on, and grab the hilt of the knife first so that she can't drive it in further. And you're in this like test of strength with her as she puts her other hand on it and tries to drive further, and you actually bring your free hand with the pistol down and put the barrel of the pistol against the hilt of the blade, but on the blade side, so that you're holding it that way, and you guys are just in this like back and forth like holding position. It is at that point that she is absolutely drilled by a baseball bat right upside the head. Just like a full, like you see Aubrey kind of step up behind her, just wing back like Babe Ruth style, full swing, full extension, twists into it, thunk, and you just hear just her whole head cocks, and she falls sideways into the pool next to you, with the kind of garrote wire kind of like rolling out of her sleeve as she floats away from you slightly. Aubrey's like, make that 2, bitch!
Oh, I love that kid.
It's at this point, though, I'm gonna take some liberties because I gotta call it because of my throat. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's going hoarse on me, but you do get hit by 3 things in your back. Thunk, 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 thunk. That was the other prowl check that I made. And you start to like pass out slightly and fall forward. You're kind of looking off, and you see that like the fanged one is nowhere to be found. He's gone. You don't know where he went in the couple of seconds that you were fighting. You don't hear his whining or his weird talking anymore. Stella's off to the side, but you see Aubrey look up, and then you have enough time to look behind you as you start to get groggy, and on the tree line, like way behind you. So like at this point, given where you are, it would end up being like 40 or 50 feet. Is Ranger McNally?
Oh my God, Ranger McNally!
like shocked and appalled, but he hit you with 3 trank darts from his trank rifle. And you're like, son of a bitch. Yes, yeah, of all the people, you stagger forward, and like you're starting to pass out, and Aubrey kind of looks at you and goes, I gotta get her out of here. I can't carry you both.
Go. Save your sister. I'll be fine.
You hear McNally like, all right now, you stop there. You stop there. Both you girls, stop there. And then Aubrey stands up and goes, fuck you, Screw! And then gives him the finger and then turns, runs, grabs Stella, and they're in the thing. Just in time. Like, you end up, like, the quirks of your mouth quirk up as you see them enter the tree line into safety, and you pass out. And we're going to say to be continued there.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a good point to pause on, but oh my god.
Yeah, I wanted to get us at least there. I have, like, a third act for everything to wrap it up. But it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, this is a blast, man. This is such a fun game.
Yeah,
This is a lot of fun.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Yeah. Did you like it? Did you have fun?
I had a blast, man. Like, I love the mechanics. Once you got them going, they roll so smooth, you lose yourself in the game, and that's what is like the best part about it. Because I was in that story, I was fighting with Tex and Tex, like these little girls raised him, they took care of him. I'm imagining, like he they may have watched like movies like it hiding in the bushes or something, seen some John Wayne movies or something, and he learned, in the 1 year of consciousness, what it meant to be a real man, and that meant protecting the little lady on the ranch, because all he's got is Tex.
I love it. I love it. It went a lot better than I thought it was gonna. I do wish that there was some sort of like base level skill check thing to add for like when you were about to drop your gun. Like, I'm like, how would I do that? You know what I mean? Like, there's no skill check for that. There's no skill for holding onto a gun. So like, but other than that.
Yeah, and maybe we can dig around in it, because this thing is kind of like dense and
it's very dense,
confusingly organized. It's I think that was our only big really complaint about it when we did the Sanctorum.
Yeah.
Was just how it's organized. Because the mechanics of it is a lot of fun. It's real smooth, really fast.
It is once you get used to it. It's really easy and quick, and that's one thing that I liked as a kid. Like, character creation was real cumbersome, but once you get it down and you play it, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's right to the point. I need to find experience point chart.
I'm one of those players that likes character creation, and creating the character last game was a lot of fun, because there's all these different facets, and now I get to use all these different facets, all these skills, and burrowing. Since I got the burrowing skill, I've wanted to burrow underneath an enemy and then get him from underneath when they couldn't see me. As soon as I took that skill.
You kind of got that today, like a couple of times. I think that I really enjoyed. Where is it? There's an experience point chart in here, and I cannot fucking find it to save my life. Because I want to give you experience points before we finish. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, see if you can't work your PDF magic. I'm having the hardest time finding it. Is it? It is. Why would it be on page 16? It's the last thing you do in a session. It's so ridiculous. Oh my god. Experience point table. All right. So, performing a skill, successful or not. Jesus. How many times? Oh, do you just get 25 for it once, or? Experience point system. I think you only get it once. That's weird. Or do you get it like every time you use it?
He said it was on 16.
17.
7. Okay.
Like, but the whole section is 16 and 17.
Gotcha.
It has an experience point table. I just don't know if I apply it every time somebody does something.
Kinda looks like that. 25 performing skills
Yeah.
successful or
So
not.
how many times did you perform a skill? I didn't fucking keep track. You prowled at least 3 times, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that's not burrowing's not really a skill, but I mean there's
No.
also like these random ones like clever but
Yeah.
futile idea, clever but useful idea or action.
I actually like I want to give you 100 for the quick thinking idea or action for burrowing out of the guy's attack. I thought that was really cool. So we'll give you 100 there. And then I'm gonna give you another 100 for the performing skill because I was not keeping track of the amount of times you performed a skill. In fairness,
Okay.
So I'm just gonna give you 100 for that. So that'd be 4, I guess. I think it's around 4. Endangered the character's own life to help others. I'm gonna give you a full 300 for that. Good God, you just got stabbed and shot and everything else. Self-sacrifice in life and death situation. It wasn't life or death. I almost gave that for you for the whole tranking and letting him go, but it's not life or death. Avoided unnecessary violence. That never happened. Deductive reasoning or insight. I'm going to give you 100 for that. Good judgment, 50. That is the weirdest thing. When wouldn't you? Okay. Yeah, take another 50 for that. Playing in character bonus, definite 50. Well, I don't know.
Way to line out stats.
What?
Even playing in character gets some XP,
points,
which is
yeah.
kind of interesting, kind of cool.
Killing or subduing major menace, killing or subduing minor menace, killing or subduing great menace. I'm actually going to give you 50 for the minor menace. And then another 50 for the other minor menace.
Okay. It's that big guy and then Fang.
Big guy, Ocelot, and Fang all together. I'm going to give you 100, basically.
Okay. Cool.
And then if you have more than 1,950, you gain a level. But I doubt you have that.
I do not have that yet.
It takes a while. There's only 15 levels of experience, so they gotta dish them out slowly.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, my voice is shot. I'm so glad you like that. We're gonna play this one more time before we switch off because we got to find out what happens with Tex and the girls.
Gotta find out.
Else.
Can't leave me hanging on this one, man. I am invested in Tex right now.
I'm gonna promise you, it's gonna end in a cliffhanger no matter what happens every time. Like. After the next one, I'm going to resolve some storylines, but let's face it, there's still going to be a cliffhanger.
I know. At least it's maybe a to be continued cliff.
It's definitely going to be a to be continued.
In the sequel.
Yeah. There'll be a sequel. So yeah, we'll find out what happens with them the next time we play. This was a really good one-on-one session. Then after that, I think we're going to do Sunfish Sitting There. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Though whatever we decide to do from there on is whatever we decide to do. Wizard, anything you want to plug, man?
Ooh, I should have been thinking about this earlier today. I guess, the Wizard's Respite, the website, I have finally gotten my everything together as far as the data research I've been doing. So
nice.
I know a lot of people that follow me are TTRPG content creators. I'm really getting ready to release the market data that I've been collecting on scraping the internet a lot to see what sells, what selling trends are at, and hoping to drop that next week.
That is awesome. I'm going to keep my plugs to the TTRPG stuff for this particular thing. In addition to the one-on-one sessions that I do here with Wizard, which is one of my all-time favorite games I've ever. Just one-on-one like this is just the most fun. I love this. But other than this, I do a couple other TTRPG streams. Astral Drive, we have done 2 episodes so far. They have been thrilling. Wizard also joins us on that with the Buildmaster General Philbilly 330 and then Aether Dios, if you remember him from the Star Trek game. It is a world-end game of my own creation, both coming soonish to a storefront. near you to purchase. In addition to that, Mondays at 1 p.m. I know that's a weird time. You can always watch it back later. I play another game of my own creation, Getting Over, with a friend of mine named Josh. We do it's a wrestling promoter simulation journaling game. You basically play a wrestling promoter. You run your own promotion, and the other guy runs his, and it's a lot of fun. It's basically like spoken word wrestling for you guys to listen to. And then, I think that's all the TTRPG stuff, other than please check out Wizards Respite Sanctorum. You can also find them on a good number of podcasting apps. Unfortunately, Apple Podcasts still thinks I'm a robot. I don't know why. But iHeartRadio and Google Podcasts, you can get it on. You can also get it on some third-party sites that scrub for that stuff. I'm trying to slowly add it to things. But Wizards Respite Sanctorum, me and Wizard, bi-weekly podcast where we talk about TTRPGs instead of play games with them. So I would appreciate it if you guys check that out. And honestly, go to Drive Through Games, check out Getting Over, type in Getting Over. It's only $4, my journaling game, my wrestling journaling game. But I'd like another call to order if you're listening to this. If you decide to purchase it, please, if you're going to rate it poorly, give me a review so that I can at least address it. We're a small company that is saving every nickel and dime to try and one day make this our thing. And if the only person who gives it a rating gives it a 2 out of 5, it looks really bad. So please, if you purchase the game and you decide to give it a rating, please also give it a review. You don't have to like it. You can definitely review it poorly, but just tell us what's wrong with it so that we can correct it or, make it better. The game is supposed to be living. I'm supposed to add to it. So please, just tell me why you didn't like it.
I will add to that also, though. Like, I just finally have gotten caught back up on everything, and I've read it, and I do enjoy it quite a bit.
Oh, wonderful! I'm glad. I wasn't gonna keep asking you.
I'm gonna do a deep dive on it now. Like, I have read the whole thing straight through. I understand it. I got it. I can write about it. I just need to get caught back up after having the sicknesses.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
And I'm finally back on track.
Dude, in the last 6 months, we have had COVID. We have had puke sickness. We have gotten another puke sickness. My daughter broke her arm, and then we got strep this last weekend. That's why my voice is still shot again, because of the fucking strep.
Life is hard right now.
It's hard. It's fucking hard.
We're rolling some nat ones here.
It's definitely hard to talk for a living. That's true too. All right. Well, that's it for the stream, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us this long. Like I said, we'll be back in probably 3 to 4 weeks to wrap up Tex's storyline. At least his first storyline, because I can never finish anything. And after that, we'll play something else. But check out everything else we talked about. And thank you to Jason for jumping in and posting those turtles. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. As long as you keep watching and listening, we'll keep making them.
All right.